Okay, welcome back, sixth graders. We are on page 203, 204, and this is more about perfect tenses that we just covered on the previous section. It'd been probably Monday. This would be Wednesday's lesson because we're going to do a review sheet with in between each one. So like Monday and Tuesday, you'll use the same video for both lessons. Wednesday, Thursday, you'll use this video for Wednesday and Thursday. And then, because we're just going to I want to make sure we get this ingrained. And then next week, with last week, we'll spend a couple days talking about irregular verbs. So anyway, let's go ahead and keep going here on more about perfect tenses. All right, it says the perfect tense, and I'll slide this up just a little bit. So you see it here. The perfect tenses refers to something that has been or will be completed. We said this yesterday. Use the present perfect tense instead of the past tense when you are telling about something completed during the present time period, often up to the present moment. So for example, they say, I worked on homework all evening. And again, this is in your book. You can follow along in your book as we're doing this. Okay, I worked on the homework all evening. This past tense verb implies, so here's the key word that they're using, the word implies, which means leading you to believe it, that you have stopped working and you may be talking about last evening or the evening of the week ago. So in other words, it's referring to something in the past. You're not necessarily doing it right there, working on it at that present time. Yet if you go to the one next door to it, right across here, it says, I have worked on my homework all evening. So the verb implies that you are either still working on your homework or have just finished it, and that it is still the same evening. So there's a big difference. The first one is it implies you could be still doing it, to where this one, I worked. Notice there's no helping verb. I worked on, and here I have worked. This implies could be still doing it or just finishing it up. This one, we don't know. It could have been talking about it in the past. So that there's kind of the two difference with that. And again, if they're confused with that, we need to talk and work one-on-one with that. That's a tough thing about this whole video process. I can't see your hands until you call me. So anyway, let's go down here. Use the past perfect tense instead of the past tense when you want to tell about an event completed before some past time event. Amy waited for 10 minutes when her ride arrived. All right, so past perfect tense, in other words, waited, like she's doing that. That could be something that is done in the past, like it said up here. At the same time, if I say this, the sentence is confusing. It sounds as if 10 minutes and the arrival of the ride happened at the same time. Not necessarily. Amy had waited for 10 minutes when her ride arrived. This is construction places the 10 minutes waiting time at a definite point in the past. So in other words, this is confusing because you don't know what is the time frame that she's doing this. Here, this did happen. In other words, she could have already gotten the ride, and it's definitely happened in the past. She had been waiting 10 minutes. She had the places of the 10 minutes waiting time at the definite point in the past before Amy's ride arrived. Okay, and I know that kind of can be a little challenge there. Let's go over to the future tense. Use future perfect tense instead of future tense when you're telling about something that will be completed before a future time or events. Again, the helping verb's the key here. By 10 o'clock, I will wash my clothes. That adds confusion. In other words, just like it did on the other one. Will you finish washing that at 10 o'clock? That's a question mark. We don't know. We don't know what's going on there. But if we add the prepositional phrase here, like they did here, but also add the helping verb, by 10 o'clock, I will have washed my clothes. Then it adds clarity. It adds clarity to the communication of that it's going to be completed. Here, by 10, I will wash my clothes. Okay. What do you mean by that? Are you saying at 10 o'clock you're going to start washing them? Or before 10 you're going to start washing them and hoping to get them done by 10? So there's no deadline. This implies a deadline of completion. That's really, I guess, the best phrase I should use to teach both of those, and that is, it implies a deadline of completedness. All right, so let's kind of take a look at the practice a little bit. Again, you'll use your book. You'll use your book to answer the question. I will just provide the multiple choice section there. Okay. Again, underline, you can underline, but I will use, like I said, in parentheses as far as to work that out. So underline twice the complete verb in each sentence. Write present, past, or future to identify the perfect tense. All right, so this will be multiple choices, how I'll set it up. All right, so going forward with it, we have, by 1768, James Watt had built the first practical steam engine. All right, so now you're looking for, on here, looking for the helping verb. So is it past, present, or future? All right, had built. By 1768, he had built. So that is a past perfect. I hope you're saying these ahead of me or doing them ahead of me before you work on them. By 1807, Robert Fulton had designed a steamboat. The Claremont is the name of it. All right, so we have another one. It's already been taken care of, adds a completeness to it, as it said, past again. Okay, number 3. It says, Robert Fulton's passenger steamboats will have celebrated its 200th anniversary soon. 2 key phrases. Helping verb will have celebrated, anniversary, and the word soon at the end. So again, we have celebrated, and I forgot to let me put my parentheses back in up here. And boom, and boom. All right. And again, so this is, will's a key clue, future. Okay, those are the key ones. All right, now moving down to the next section. Final section. Okay. By tomorrow night, I blank 20 pages. So I'm going to write the correct tense. It's going to be future tense, future perfect. So in other words, this one's going to be, you will have to put in the future perfect. You'll have to give me the wording. I will not, I don't think, like I said, I'll think that over. I'm not sure, but I may just have you fill in the blank on that one. So for example, on number 4, we have the word read. So that's going to be my verb, my word, or read, I should say. Future perfect. So now we want to complete. By tomorrow night, I will. And now I got to decide on my helping verb. So the helping verb, proofreading, will have read 20 pages. Completeness of it. So again, make sure you're using, this is what it means. Read is the verb I'm using, or I should say read. Future perfect, which means I'm going to have will have or will has. Will had, actually won't have those. You'll always have. The more I think about it, I can't even think of one or the other. Will have. All right, go to the next one. It says, by the time the guests arrived last night, the word is prepare. Now I got to decide, past perfect. So when we're talking the past and perfect, we have had prepared. Now, I left up something on purpose up there a little bit. I have the word had prepared. I hope you're saying that, Mr. White, you forgot your D. Yes, you're right. It should be had prepared. We need the ED to show the past tense and to show the past perfect. You need to add the ED. Okay, same thing here. Be careful here. The word is replace. So I put my word replace up. Okay, present perfect. So we have the word present perfect. Again, when we're looking at the present perfect, we look at it, again, you need the D for replaced. Today, the diesel engine had replaced steam power for water travel, has replaced. I hope you're sitting there saying, that's right, it has. Has replaced steam power for water travel. Okay, so those are the three. And so like I said, I may make these into multiple choices as far as that goes, so you're selecting on it, because I might put up has replaced, have replaced, had replaced, make you select. And then go through the other ones. But anyway, that basically is 203. More about the perfect tenses. So I hope everything goes well. Give me a call if you need help. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.